What are your craziest stories that when you tell people say, "That can't be true, I got stranded in the Eiffel Tower and the gendarmes had to get me out"? My wife and I were visiting Paris with another couple. On our obligatory visit to the Eiffel Tower, we eschewed the elevator for the more healthy option of climbing the stairs. On the way back down, I was reading some posters and was slower than the rest. As I followed them onto a landing, through a gate, and down into another set of stairs, I heard the gate latch loudly. I turned the handle and realized it had locked behind us. I also noticed that the stairs we were on were much dustier and looked unused. By this time, the rest of the crew were a couple of landings below. When I got to the bottom, the gate was locked, and in front of it were a pile of postcard stands. As I rattled the gate, the lady in charge of the postcard souvenir shop — the unused gate was actually part of its back wall — came over to me with my wife in tow, who was pleading to the lady to let me out. The story was that we had come down a set of stairs that was no longer in use. The postcard seller had reluctantly let my wife and friends go through, but when another bloody tourist had wanted to get her to move her stands again so that he could get out, she says to me, "Non, non, non, non," and points back up the way I came. I tell her I can't, that it's locked, but she either doesn't understand or doesn't believe me. So I reluctantly trudge the 10 minutes back up and rattle the locked gate, then head down again and try to explain to the attendant and the now small crowd gathering around the postcard stands that Lamb locked in. The lady insisted that I go up and try again, but I knew that was futile, and tried to explain this to her with schoolboy French and decidedly amateur mime. During this time, my wife had found a gendarme and dragged him over to the souvenir stands. He instantly understands the situation and orders the lady to move the stands and unlock the gate, which, with much harumphing and snorting, she begrudgingly does. There is a small cheer from the crowd, and I raise my fist a little like Mandela did when he was released from prison. We did not buy any souvenir postcards,